What's up, moviegoers? Welcome to the Marchio podcast. I'm your host, Anthony. In this episode, I'm talking about the 2017 horror movie, Cult of Chucky, the 7th installment in the Child's Play franchise. Now, the movie is set in 2017 and takes place 4 years after the events of Curse of Chucky. Now, Chucky returns to terrorize Nika at a mental institution where she is admitted after the events of the previous movie. Chucky goes yet on another murderous rampage, killing employees and patients there. Now, Don Mancini does return to direct and write the movie. Fiona Dorff does return as Nika, and Brad Dourif does return as the role of Chucky. Jennifer Tilly also reprises her role as Tiffany, and Alex Vincent, who played Andy Barkley in the first two movies, returns as an adult Andy. The movie is 91 minutes long, and it was a straight-to-DVD Blu-ray video on demand release. Here is the problem that I have with this movie, with how amazing and fantastic the sixth movie was, The Curse of Chucky. The Cult of Chucky just falls flat on its face. It is one of the worst horror movies that I've ever seen, especially for horror character icons such as Chucky. I mean, listen, at least Brad Dourif came back to reprise the role. Fiona Dorff came back to play her role as Nika. This should have stopped after 6. Just close everything out. We had a great ending in part 6, and all of a sudden we have a 7th movie called The Cult of Chucky. Now, when you hear The Cult of Chucky, you think to yourself, oh wow, he has followers who are killing, which would have been a fantastic concept. But no. The original concept that Don Mancini wanted to use in part 3 with the different multiple Chuckies and the different personalities was used in this one, The Cult of Chucky. So yes, there are 3 to 4 different versions of Chucky that appear on screen who kind of, play the same role, so to speak, but in different ways. The way this happens is because Charles Lee Ray finds a new way of using the voodoo spell that put his soul into a human or different entities, and he actually breaks his soul up into 3 parts and puts it in dolls. What the hell are you doing? Why do you mess up a movie? This was terrible, as I said. It didn't make any sense. It was so confusing. It was more so a comedy than it was a horror movie. I mean, even Fiona Dorff's character and role was even, someone made this movie better because she's a great actress. Chucky in this doesn't feel threatening. Chucky in this doesn't feel threatening in a way where in the 6th one he was threatening. He was scary, just like the first movie. But then after that he didn't feel nothing at all. Nothing. The ending is just ridiculous in this movie. Cult of Chucky is only interesting because he can actually transfer his soul into different other Chuckies. That's the movie, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. Hate to break it to you. It's not that good of a movie. I respect Don Mancini as a director and writer and creator of the franchise for Child's Play and Chucky. But you should have stopped after 6, or you should have turned the 3rd one into this movie, which would have been fantastic in the 90s and different. Would have been so much original and so much fresh. Or, you could have introduced the Cult of Chucky in the 3rd movie, somehow introduced Tiffany halfway through that, and then end with part 4 being the story of Curse of Chucky. So you only had to have 4 films, not 7 films. Come on. Like I said in, other podcast episodes that I talk about horror movies, after you make a 3rd movie in the franchise of a horror movie, then it just goes downhill. Because it's the original 3 movies, which is a trilogy, and after that, anything that's 4, 5, and 6 are its own trilogy, and 7, 8, and 9 is also its own trilogy. That's how I think about it, and that's how I work, and that's how I know that these movies are not that good. So it's interesting, so to speak, but it's different, but it's not fun. And let me know in the comment section below what you thought about Cult of Chucky, the 7th installment in the Child's Play franchise of movies. And if you did see it, what did you think about it? And do you have the same feeling toward it as I did, where it was just a waste of time, it was boring, it was more so a comedy, nothing was scary, and the killing wasn't that good, and the ending left you wanting more or felt flat for you? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. So for my next episode, I was going to talk about Child's Play, the remake from 2019. but I already did the review to that for Marchio Reviews, and I'll leave a link to that in the description box below, and you guys can check it out and let me know if you agree or disagree with my, ideas that I had for that movie, or my review for that movie. And the interesting factor is that Don Mancini is creating a Child's Play Chucky TV show for the Sci-Fi Channel, which premieres in 2021. It's only one season so far, and it has 8 episodes. Nothing much is said about it, but I'm hoping that it keeps the same scare factor. Listen, it's on the Sci-Fi Channel, so anything can happen on the Sci-Fi Channel. So we'll see what happens. So you're probably asking yourself, Anthony, where do you rank the Child's Play movies? Well, here they are. Number 1, Child's Play. Number 2, Curse of Chucky. Number 3, Child's Play 2. Number 4, Bride of Chucky. Number 5, Child's Play 3. Number 6, Seed of Chucky. And number 7, Cult of Chucky. So there you have it. The Child's Play Chucky discussion. Let me know where you rank all your Child's Play Chucky movies, and if you think my ranking is good or bad. Let me know in the comment section below. And be sure you click that subscribe button and hit that notification bell for new videos and new podcast episodes on the Marchio Productions YouTube page. And follow Marchio Productions on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And follow me, Anthony, your host, on Instagram and Twitter at misterfilmstock. And follow the Marchio Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I'll leave a link to all the social media accounts in the description box below. You can check it out and follow along. All right, everyone, that does it for today's episode. I'm your host, Anthony. Thanks for tuning in.
He made the funniest face when I drilled him. Did you see the steam when I sliced open his guts? I never felt so alive! Yeah, well, you've been alive for like 2 minutes. Welcome to the cult, pal.